All right, let's talk about something that a lot of us are feeling but can't quite put a name to. It's called the salary trap. We're going to dive into why it feels like the system is almost designed to keep you broke no matter how good your paycheck looks. Does this sound familiar? You get your paycheck, you look at the number, and you think, okay, that's pretty good. But then somehow, by the end of the month, it's all gone. It's this super frustrating, confusing feeling. And I'm here to tell you, it is not an accident. And this is the quiet reality for so many people. You do all the right things, you climb the corporate ladder, you get the promotions, but that feeling of actually being financially secure, it just seems to get further and further away. It's like you're running in place. Now, here's what you really need to hear. What you're feeling is not some kind of personal failure. It's the result of a really cleverly designed system. A system that actually benefits from keeping you right where you are, totally dependent on that next paycheck. So to really get how this trap works, let's walk through an example. We're gonna call her Sarah. And I have a feeling her situation is gonna sound, well, pretty familiar to a lot of you. So on paper, Sarah is absolutely crushing it. She's 34, makes 85 grand a year. I mean, that puts her in the top 20% of all earners. She should feel rich, right? But she doesn't. She feels broke. Let's dig into why. Okay, so the trap's first weapon is really subtle. It's called money fragmentation. See, the system never really lets you see your income as one big, powerful lump sum. Instead, it just quietly carves it up into little pieces before you even get a chance to decide what to do with it. So after all the taxes are taken out, Sarah's bi-weekly paycheck comes out to $2,458. That's the real number. That's what she has to work with for 2 whole weeks. But just watch how fast that number disappears. Her rent takes almost half of it right off the top. Then you add in food, her car payment, gas, bills, and boom. All that's left over is $48. $48 to last for 2 weeks. That right there is the trap in action. But here's the really brilliant psychological part of it all. Sarah doesn't feel poor. I mean, she has a nice apartment, she has a car that works, she can go out to eat, she has a lifestyle. And the comfort of that lifestyle is just enough to keep her from asking the one question that really matters. Wait a minute, why am I not actually building any real wealth? But that fragmentation piece, that's only half the story. The trap's second weapon is even sneakier because, well, it's something we do to ourselves. It's called lifestyle inflation. And it's this vicious cycle. It goes like this. You get a raise, right? And you feel that little bit of breathing room. So what do? You reward yourself. A nicer car, maybe a bigger apartment, but all those rewards come with new, higher monthly payments. And just like that, the raise is completely gone, and now you're even more dependent on your job just to keep up. They call them the golden handcuffs for a reason. So this is the really critical takeaway here. We're all taught to think that more income equals more freedom, but inside the salary trap, the reality is the total opposite. More income just means more obligations. And that gap between what you make and what you spend, it stays dangerously small. And listen, this isn't just for people making 85 grand. Let's take David, a tech worker pulling in 6 figures. He got a huge $20,000 raise. But then, his mortgage adjusted, his kid needed braces, he bought a new car, and his financial stress level, it stayed exactly the same. He was just running faster on the exact same hamster wheel. So when you combine these two powerful forces, the money fragmentation and the lifestyle inflation, you don't get security. You get something way more deceptive. You get a comfortable prison. Let me just ask you a really direct question. If your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how long could you keep your current lifestyle going? A month? Maybe 3? Be totally honest with yourself. If your answer was pretty short, you're definitely not alone. Over 60% of professionals, people with good jobs, couldn't last more than a single month without their salary. Just let that sink in. Most people are one missed paycheck away from a crisis. That is the literal definition of being trapped. The steady salary, the benefits, the job title, they aren't giving you freedom. They're the bars of a very, very comfortable, but very real cage. Okay, so that's the trap. But here's the good news. Once you see the system for what it is, you can start to break it. This isn't some law of nature, it's just a set of choices. So the question is, how do you actually break free? Well, the first thing, the absolute first thing, is we have to stop confusing income with wealth. They are not the same thing. Your salary is income, it's temporary. The second you stop working, it's gone. Wealth is what you own that works for you. Your savings, your investments, your assets, that stuff is permanent. So here's the escape plan. It's simple, but it takes a huge mental shift. Step 1, attack the gap. Your freedom is not in your next raise. It's in the space between what you earn and what you spend. Your job is to make that gap as wide as humanly possible. Step 2, redirect every single dollar from that gap into assets that work for you. And finally, step 3, build optionality. This just means saving up 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. This is more than a safety net, it's your escape hatch. So you see, the ultimate goal completely changes. It's not about getting the next promotion anymore. It's not about a bigger salary. The real goal, the real prize, is to become completely independent from the need for that salary. Because the moment you don't need it, that's the moment you're truly free. So I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. The system, the trap, it offers you comfort. It offers stability. It offers a nice lifestyle. But you have to ask yourself, is all that comfort costing you your freedom?